good day to all our viewers out there. This is your beloved channel where we bring you life transforming, inspiring and motivational talks which after listening to your life will never remain the same. I had several opportunities to meet with patriarchs and several fathers in the land, and yet we also have one of our mother who is a renowned person in our field of endeavor. Mommy, can we meet you, ma'am?
Yes, my name is Dr Mrs Asogbon, the principal of Methodist High School in Ondo State.
You're welcome, ma. Thank you very much. And Mommy, I want to start by asking, since when did you begin as a teacher?
I started my teaching career on 26 June 1991.
Wow.
That's 32
years back. Wow, some of us were not even born then. Wow, thank you very much. And Mommy, also as a female teacher, rising to become a principal, I want to believe you might have encountered a series of challenges. So can we hear some of your challenges and how you were helped to overcome these challenges?
Yes, there were a lot of challenges. But when I started teaching, I was supposed to be posted to Akure.
Wow.
After the interview, the director that interviewed me, because of my performance, wanted me to be in Akuna, St. Louis, and so on and so on. But I told him I was coming to Ilaje because my husband was here. So I was about to settle down. So I told him, I said no. Do you want St. Louis? I said no. You want Aquinas? I said no. You want this? I said no. You want St. Peter's? I said no.
Wow.
Where do you want? Choose any school in Akuna. I said no. I said I want Ilaje High School. He said, but what is in Ilaje High School? I said that is what I want. He said, but something must be. I said that's where I want. So I was posted to Ilaje High School. The first challenge I had was I was posted there as a chemistry teacher.
Okay.
When I resumed, the principal then told me that I did not need a chemistry teacher. Wow. I said, wow. I said, look at me, somebody begging me to stay in Aquinas, to stay in St. Louis, to stay in St. Peter's, and I wanted to come to Ilaje School. So that was the first challenge. So my fiancé, who became my husband eventually, now intervened and begged me that I should promise the principal that I would teach whatever subject he wanted to do. So he promised him. I said, sir, what do you want me to teach? He said I should teach Greek. I said I will. I should teach physics. I said I will. I should teach mathematics. I said I will. So I started teaching all those subjects that were not even my field, but related fields, of course. And that was how I started. That was the first challenge. The other challenge is when we got married and the time of pregnancy, you want to be a dedicated teacher, you are pregnant, and weakness, and this one and this one. So to match these fields together are not very easy for a woman as a teacher. But thank God, God allowed us to pass through the challenges. And when I gave birth also, to have somewhere to put the baby when you be going to school. We were not allowed to have babies in the class, and there were no daycares like this time around where we have daycares all over the places. So you have to go and look for one mama to beg to help you to carry your baby before you come back from school. So these were challenges that we went through, but God helped us and saw us through.
Wow. All right. Thank you very much for that. So, Mommy, with your wealth of experience, we have observed that students, most especially in this present age, are less passionate about their academics. So, and people, we see a lot of students, they just want to make money. In fact, they don't value education. So, in your opinion, what do you think is actually the cause of this?
Yes, there are many causes. But the worst of all is the social media. Yes, the social media. The social media is supposed to be a technology that should help to develop their interest in education.
Yes.
But the students of these days, they use it in the other way around. When teachers will be teaching in the class, you see the students hiding at the back of the class and watching video, watching phonography. all other students will be concentrating on that, and the teacher will be wasting his or her time writing on the chalkboard and sweating profusely like mad, and the students were not even interested in what she was doing. So after the whole thing, the teacher will think she has taught, but she has not taught anything, because the students have not achieved anything really. They have only wasted their time in the class, and they were ready to do that all the time. So these were some of the things that really, you know, made this time the students of these days not to be passionate again about their education. And this issue of prosperity everywhere, they want to prosper by all means at any age. Somebody that is 14, 15 years will be talking of millions of naira. What does he want to do with money? And what does he know about money? What do we use money to do at that age? So at our own time, we were not, you know, thinking of such. We were thinking of how to achieve it. I want to be a graduate. I want to make it. I want to finish. I want to make sure I pass. Is that success that we are running after? But this time around, they are running after money. Even after primary 6, they want to have money. They want to have big money, not even small money, big money. Let them build mansions. They want to use cars, and so on and so on. So these are some of the things that made the students of these days not to be passionate again about their education, and they are not really interested.
That's very serious, because you know it's been a very huge challenge in the community, and actually resulting to all manner of social vices and all of that. Well, I want to believe that the government are also hearing us in order to intervene in these social manners. And so another fascinating question I have for you is that I observe, and in fact is an established fact, that the public schools have the best trained teachers. And when we come to look at you know, national examinations like the WAEC, like the JAM and all of that, we discover that most of the students that usually become outstanding as probably the best students usually come from the, you know, private schools. So how do we explain this?
Yes, it's not that we don't have students that excel in public schools. Of course. But when we look at the percentage, and what has brought about that is that, you know, in a private school, if I'm the patrons of the school, I will supervise my school very well, and I will make sure that the teachers they are dedicated. It's either you teach well or you don't get your pay. But as the government teachers, they do it anyhow. They teach anyhow. If they understand, thank God. If they don't understand, that is all. You know, it's Ogota. And the leaders or the boss, if there is not a boss that can supervise very well, you see that many of the teachers will just be there. They will call themselves teachers. They may not even go to class. And a boss, or the principal or the headmistress or the headmaster that want to do it to the highest level, they will say, mama eti buruju, you will be one shouting, and that's how she will be stretching her neck. And but those of us that don't mind them calling us names, call me any name. The government has brought me here to supervise you and to do my work, and you will do it. And I thank God for the way God has been helping us. Like in our school, the last WAEC, we have the best result. The best WAEC result in this school. The best WAEC result because of the supervision, because of you know, the effort we have put in place to make sure that we have teachers for almost all the subjects. Also, the government has one area or the other to improve on.
Of course. To
improve on, because teachers are retiring. And no employment, no new employment to replace them. And as they are retiring, you know, day in, day out, the quota of the school is reducing. The normal quota that we should have in the school is reducing. Like in this school, when I was here as a teacher, we used to have 80 teachers. 80 teachers. I was HOD science in this same school, and I was posted out as a vice principal. By the time I came back as a principal, I met 40 teachers.
From 80 to 40.
Yes. So how do I make 40 to do the work of 80? So that's the challenge. That's the challenge. So it will now depend on the principal to know, what do I do again? How do I improvise? What do I do? How do I bring parents in? Parents, come and see the situation on ground. Can we show it this way? Can we manage it this way? So in conjunction with the parents, we can now make a way out of the whole situation. But if it's a principal that will just sit down and say, what concerns me? That means the 40 teachers will be teaching half of the work that should be done. And what are we going to get from it? So that's the situation, in the whole. It's not only in education, in other areas too. In offices where you should have 10 people working, you will get 2. You will see 5. So, and the 2 of them will just do the one you can do and leave the rest. So that's the situation.
That's serious. That's serious. Alright, thank you very much for the answer. And I want to believe that the essence of this conversation is actually to bring a solution to the challenges we have. And of course, when challenges are being identified, then at least we will say it's 40% solved. Alright, Mommy, so another question I want to ask. With our observation, because we have made our findings and we discovered that about 40% of schools, students, most especially from public schools, don't used to actually further in their educations. So, and we've been trying to observe. And so, what do you think would be the cause of this? Even many of them actually manage to finish their secondary school education. Once they graduate from secondary school, several of them won't even come and collect their results, and some of them are just out there. So, what do you think would be the cause of this?
Yes, the cause is a foundational problem. The Bible says if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Starting from the primary school, these students, the pupils don't have the real foundation where we can build something strong at the secondary level on. So by the time such a pupil gets to secondary school, we just manage to finish SS3. So the foundation is not strong at all. For you to now say you are going to build an extra educational standard of maybe College of Education or Polytechnic or University on it. So that's how the child will drop out at SS3 level and will look for means of doing other things. But if the foundation is there, even a pupil that is sound right from primary school enters the secondary school, even the teachers will be encouraging him. Please, boy, you don't need to stay. You don't need to wait. Move on. For example, when I was in Form 3, Form 4, in those days, the common job would be to become a teacher.
Sorry, ma, what's the equivalent of that Form 3 to?
That Form 3, Form 4 is now the SS2.
Okay.
So it's now the current SS2. So when I was in Form 4, at that time we were using 5 years, not 6 years. So when I was in Form 4, I've been thinking, yes, when I finish, I will collect form and go to grade 2. To go and do grade 2. Maybe after grade 2, if I can manage to do NCU, and that is alright. If you are a grade 2 holder, you are the boss of all at that time. There were no many graduates. So by the time I got to Form 4, I wanted to go to a commercial class. And one of my science teachers said, no, you can't go to commercial class. Go to a science class. Said, science class? Say yes. Say you go. And I went to science class. By the time I got to science class, my teacher continued to encourage me. Say, you are not going to grade 2. Which kind of grade 2? You are going to a university.
Wow.
I said, going to a university? I said, how? Say, you will write JAMB. Say, I will write JAMB. Say, it's okay. Say, you will guide me, sir. Say, you will guide me. So by the time JAMB forms came out, I collected the JAMB form. I filled the form. I filled in medicine. I wanted to read medicine, so I filled in medicine, and eventually I was admitted for veterinary medicine.
Okay.
I was admitted for veterinary. But because of lack of knowledge, so I was saying, how can you admit me for veterinary medicine? You want me to be injecting mad dogs, mad dogs, and they will bite me? I said, no, I want human beings. I want to inject human beings. I went to the University of Ibadan, and they advised me, say, girl, it's okay. It's a good cause. I said, no, I want to inject human beings. How can you ask me to be injecting dogs? And that was how I jettisoned that admission that year. I put in the following year, and I picked biochemistry and medicine. And when I could not get in for medicine, I was admitted for biochemistry. So I had my first degree in biochemistry. But when I got married, because of the area where my husband is, this particular area, no industry, not much except this school of the thing. So okay, let me just go for my PGD and become a teacher eventually. So that is how I found myself in the teaching profession. So I was not a teacher from the beginning. So through the PGT, let me go. And by the time I went in for my PGT, my supervisor he saw the work I did. And my supervisor called me and said, Madam, and I had a baby.
Wow.
Said, for a nursing mother to do this work? Said, no. Said, Madam, I intentionally stressed you so that I will know whether you will cope. And you really coped. Said, Madam, if you don't do masters and do your PhD, that God will not forgive you.
Wow.
Said, sir, is it a cause? Said, no. Said, because the brain is there.
Wow.
The intelligence is there. You must, in fact, it's a must that you must do it. So when I got home, I told my husband, said that I said, my supervisor calls me today. He said, what happened? Said, my supervisor said, God will not forgive me. I said, I must go and register for my master's.
Wow.
And that was how I registered for my master's. And this is some of the things these challenges that women will always face. Before I started the PGD, I wanted to go and sign the form from my former university. And by the time I got to my department, my lecturers told me, no, how can you go for teaching? No, you cannot go for teaching. Our best biochemist, no, you can't go for teaching. And the man told me, he said he was in Lautech, Ogbomoso. That was the year they started Lautech. That was in Lautech that he was the VC. That I should come to Lautech on Monday and come and register for your masters. You become a lecturer and so on and so on. I was so happy. I was jumping back.